guys, and welcome to a brand new video here. And today we are taking a look at where are all of our transfer stations here on the East Baton Rouge transportation system map and how many tunnels we have. So first, we will start with the red line. Here on the red line is almost, and it is one of the busiest lines. But if you want to know what our most busiest line is the silver line. The silver line is one of our most busiest lines as it travels from Eastdale North Convention Street down through Paddington City up to the as it travels between the northwestern terminal all the way to the northeastern terminal, which is Broadwood Park. So basically, Eastdale North Convention Street is traveling from northwestern, as from Broadwood Park is traveling from northeastern. As this line travels back and forth between the northwest and the northeastern, this line is one of the busiest lines because the silver line takes you everywhere almost. The red line is somewhat a busy line, but it's not. Let's reverse back to when the East Baton Rouge transportation system map was first built. Now, there was a map that I built years ago. Well, not years ago, but a year ago, for the East Baton Rouge transportation system map. And I didn't have the gold line on it. I had the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and silver on it. And a lot of people was asking when I was going to add another line. Now see, I didn't know when that possibility turn was going to come because I always figured that it was going to be not too long before the East Baton Rouge transportation system added some more stations, because you know that's what a system does, as add more stations to get more passengers. Sooner or later, the silver line will be getting an extension. 6 new stations will be added to the silver line, and that will complete the silver line. The orange line will connect to Paddington City Station and will go under the gold line to its final terminal. The green line, by the end of 2025, will also be getting an extension as it will terminate at Valhalla Street Center. The green line will terminate at Westdale Center, at Westdale Park. At Westdale Park. And so the green line will terminate at Westdale Park. Also, at the end of 2025, the blue line will be getting a update, as the blue line will connect at Highway 47 and end its destination at Dominican Hill. Then the red line will be getting an update, as that line will connect at Madison Road and ending at Tremar Avenue. And the yellow line will be getting an update past Glenwood Park and terminating at Cedric Hill. And the blue line will be getting an extension from Browntree to Browntree Center. So them are currently all the updates that we have planned and going for for the East Baton Rouge transportation system, but we don't know if those plans are going to actually happen. Now, here are our transfers on the red line. Um, uh, so, the first transfer on the red line is downtown crossing, as it will take you. Downtown crossing is the fifth station on the red line. In order for you to get to the next transfer station, it will at least take 7 stops before you get to the next stop. 5 plus 7 is 12, so that is 13. So, wait. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so it will take 7 stops until you reach North College, where you can transfer at the green line. On the orange line is only 2 transfers, which is downtown crossing and West Park. On the green line is only 1 transfer station, which is North College, which is North Oak Center, to the yellow and between the yellow and green lines. Also, there's just one reminder that I want to make. The North Oak Center tunnel has officially been fixed, so now all yellow line trains can run back to North Oak Center, as for the past couple of weeks or months or so, the yellow line has been terminating at Buster Avenue because the yellow line track wasn't fixed. The blue line has 2 terminals, which is downtown Springfield and West Park, and the silver line has 1 terminal, which is downtown Springfield, and the gold line has no terminals. So so the gold line is just by itself. It doesn't have any terminals. Yeah. So that's all the terminals. Now, here are all of our tunnels that we have. As on the red line, we have the north-south tunnel, which travels from downtown crossing to Oak Center. And then we have the northwestern terminal, the northwestern tunnel that travels between Pittsburgh South Center and North College. And then here is the Millerville tunnel that travels between half of Jordan Square to Millerville Road. On the orange line, here is the North Yucata tunnel, which travels between West Park all the way to South College. And then here is the Larissa tunnel that travels between West College and Lakeville Anna Middle University. Here is the Baker Street tunnel that travels between Baker Street, Lewis Street, 15th, 18th, 24th, and West City Station. And here is the Eastern Valley tunnel that travels between Anaconda Middle University and Eastern Valley Station. And here is the Tennessee Avenue tunnel that travels between Northeastern and Tennessee Avenue. And here is the North Oak Center Tunnel that travels between North Oak Center and Buster Avenue. And here is the South Springs Tunnel that travels between South Springs to downtown city center. Here is the 45th Street Central South Park Tunnel that travels between 45th Street Station and Central South Park. And then here is the Morgan Heights Tunnel that travels between Georgetown Macklin University to Morgan Heights. And then here is the Jacksonville Road Tunnel that travels between Morgan Middle University Center and Jacksonville Road. And here is the West Side Tunnel that travels from Jacksonville Road to Arlington West. And then here is the Ballpark Tunnel that travels from Southwest Ballpark to Southern Avenue. And here's the Southern Tunnel that travels between Southern in the middle of Southern Avenue Station and Westwood Park. And now the Blue Line. Here is the Browntree Central Line Tunnel that travels between Browntree and Highland West. Here is the Oakland Tunnel that travels, the Louisiana Tube that travels between East College and West Oakland. And here is the Parkway Tunnel that travels between Parkway Center, West Park, Eastern College, all the way to Eastern Central. And then here is the South Avenue Tunnel that travels between South Avenue, Titan Center, and East Baton Rouge International Airport, and Caden, Amanda Middle University. And then here is the Caden University Tunnel that travels between Caden, Amanda Middle University, and Linville AMU. And then here is the Congress Heights Tunnel that travels between Linville AMU and Congress Heights. Here is the Downtown Union Avenue Square Tunnel that travels between the split track between the South Hudson Hill Mills Avenue Tunnel and the Blue Line Union Pacific Tunnel. Between those two tunnels at downtown Springfield. And here is the upper northwestern tunnel that starts between Brownsfield Southwest Center to Broadwood Park. So those are all of our tunnels and other stuff we talked about in this video.
David.
So yeah.
He bothering you?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
And the other stuff. Goodbye.